Welcome back, everyone. Today we are talking about fragrance. I'm going to be showing you some perfumes, some fragrances that I've been using from the late 90s and mostly early 2000s. I was a working girl in the early 2000s. After high school, I worked full time and I went to college, and I had a budget to spend at Sephora. So I really got acquainted with a lot of really great fragrances. And yeah, being 41 years old, I'm still using quite a few fragrances from back in the day. And it's crazy looking at all these. Like, I've always had a bottle of each of these in my collection, with the exception of few, but we'll get into that. But yeah, I can never imagine my perfume collection like not having certain fragrances because they're just so fantastic. Quick little disclaimer, I am going to be looking down at my notes a lot during this video because brain fog is a very real thing. I have bright lights on me and my attention span gets a little like muffled as soon as the camera comes on. I just think I have it all together until I don't. So yes, you will see me looking at my notes that I compiled last week when I was getting all my fragrances together for this video. And I have to say there are a lot of them here. I'm actually quite surprised that, I don't know, I have a lot of like a lot of more modern fragrances that have come out in the 2020s, but I just didn't realize I had so much. So we're gonna dive right into the first one here, Narciso Rodriguez for Her. This came out in 2003. I was 19 years old, and it is a floral woody musk. It is extremely long lasting. It settles into the skin beautifully, but I have to tell you, this is something that I purchased last year. It was not something I felt like worked for me when I was 19. I just feel like your scent profile, the things that you like, change as you grow sometimes. And some of these are very nostalgic and I love them, but then there's certain fragrances I could never imagine myself wearing again at the same time too. So it's a very subjective thing. But this one back when I was 19 felt like it was too mature for me. Not in an old lady sort of way, not like Chanel No. 5, but I think more in terms of this just feels too sophisticated and elegant for where I was at in my life. I was a college student, and this just felt like something you wore on a very fancy, elevated time in your life, and a career girl or something. So it took me a while to actually purchase a bottle of it, but I am glad I did. Some other notes I have: I think it's great for fall, winter, and early spring. So I am trying to use it as much as I can before it starts to warm up. It's really nice on like just like a chilly day in the 40s, like how today is. So it's perfect for that. I think the thing I love most about this is, again, it's long lasting, but it settles into a beautiful skin scent on your skin. It's like my skin, but better. So I just think it's just a classic in my perfume collection. From 1996, we have a classic for me. This is Tommy Girl. I have always had a bottle of Tommy Girl in my collection. This stuff is so strong. I started wearing it in high school, and I thought this was like the epitome of glamour back then. It just felt so luxurious because I was newly into Bath and Body Works at that time. You go from like drugstore perfumes and Avon perfumes to something like this. This just captures what the 90s smells like to me, and I just love it so much. So it's a fruity floral, and it's clean, it's fresh, it's strong. I like to wear it in the spring when it's still cold outside because, well, I would say summertime, I think it's just way too strong for me with the humidity on the East Coast here. I just feel like it's just too heavy for that. What else could I say? I've been wearing it since I was a teenager, and yeah, it's definitely a fond one for me. I just love it so much. How many of you have been wearing Tommy Girl? You'll have to leave me a comment below because I think for, a lot of women in our 40s, this one is just a classic. Okay, so this next one launched in 2001, and I think the word of the day is classic here. This one I just love so much. Dolce & Gabbana, light blue. I love, love, love wearing this fragrance in the summer months. It is strong, but it's just very clean, and it's just one of my favorites. I only started wearing it about 5 years ago. It's just so good. What can I say about it? Fruity floral. It's clean and fresh. It's amazing. I wear it every summer. It just makes me think of summer. I also own the Intense version as well. It's great for every day. The Intense one is like, I like to layer them. I like to do like 2 sprays of the regular and like 1 good spray of like the Intense, and it's just like perfection for me. Believe it or not, this is a new fragrance for me. I just bought it a couple of weeks ago because I was looking for something like, for me, I have house scents, things that I wear like if I'm in the house or in the evening. I like to like spray something that just smells pleasant, but that's not like a good perfume. I like to save like my good perfumes for when I'm going out, and then just have like body sprays and just, you know, more inexpensive things to wear when I'm in the house. I don't know if any of you are the same way, but that's definitely a me thing. I have Love's Baby Soft. This is such a classic. It was launched in 1974. Yes, launched in 1974. It's a powdery floral, and it just smells, okay, it smells like a baby. And it smells like Johnson's baby lotion, which is pretty much why I bought it. For years now, I've always wanted to buy just like a good like house fragrance that smells like Johnson's baby lotion, because I love using Johnson's baby lotion. I will use that and get like a good unscented lotion like Eucerin and mix them together. So I have all the good qualities of like, you know, moisture, but I have like that gorgeous powdery baby scent. And I just wanted to have this to layer on it, and it is so fantastic. It does remind me a bit of a perfume that I had when I was a child called Sweet Honesty, which was a perfume that came out in the 70s. And to be honest, I had a lot of like Avon perfumes. Like that is like where a lot of my childhood fragrances came from, is Avon, because my aunt was an Avon lady. So yeah, this definitely smells a lot like Sweet Honesty. The next one I'm going to show you is a new fragrance as well. Again, I was looking for something that smelled like Johnson's baby lotion, and in doing my research, they said that this gorgeous fragrance launched in 2000 smelled like Johnson's baby lotion, and I have to agree. This is Flower by Kenzo, and the bottle is just gorgeous. And yeah, what can I say about this? It does smell like a more elevated version of Johnson's baby lotion, but maybe a touch more floral. I feel like it's a really great skin scent, and I've been wearing it a lot in these early spring months. It just feels very modern and feminine, but at the same time, it does have a very 2000s quality. I would say it's like a nice, safe blind buy, as is Love's Baby Soft, because so many people know what kind of like a floral, soft, powdery scent smells like. And yeah, I would say, just knowing myself and how I am, this came out when I was in high school, so I'm gonna say that this was probably more of something that smelled more mature back in the day. But I'd have to say, like in my 40s now, this is just so pleasant, and I just can't really say anything bad about it. It's just really good. So this next one is an iconic fragrance for me. It was launched in 2005, and I was 21 years old, and I feel like this is the essence of what the 2000s smell like. This is Paris Hilton. I love it so much. It smells like hair products, like a really strong hairspray or a shampoo. And I feel like that scent captures the essence of the early 2000s. It was just such a fun time. Again, this is one that I always have to have a bottle of. It is fantastic. It is very strong, very long lasting, which is surprising for a celebrity fragrance, but the longevity I think is really, really good. And it's because it's strong, I do like to wear it when there is a little bit of like coolness to the air. Now it's a fruity floral, and I think that was just my thing back then. I didn't really like heavy amber type scents back in the day. I was always like fruity floral. I still kind of am. When I think about my spring and summer perfume collection versus my winter perfume collection, I have so many fruity florals that it's insane. But this one just brings back a lot of like good memories. This smells like I'm 21 again, which is crazy. From 2006, we have another classic of the early 2000s. This is Versace Bright Crystal. I've had this particular bottle for a couple of years. This is probably about my second bottle of it. And to me, this smells like the color pink. It smells like springtime and summer. It's just so lovely. I believe, yeah, this is a fruity floral and it's fresh and clean and just gorgeous. Like, always have to have this in my collection. It's just so good. I have a couple variations. I have the yellow diamonds one, which is really, really good as well. There's like a midnight version, which smells a little too warm for me. It's nice, but again, I am definitely a fruity floral type of gal. From 2004, we have my Ride or Die, and I don't know if that's embarrassing admitting that, but I would say for a long time that this particular fragrance was my signature fragrance. Like, it's probably the one I've gone through most bottles of, and it is Curious by Britney Spears. I remember turning 20 years old, and it was around the time that this came out. So this makes me think of just like turning 20 and feeling like, okay, wow, I'm in my 20s now. I'm like no longer a teenager, like I'm a real adult. And it just makes me think of my aqua colored Chevy car and my skunky blonde highlights and my Coach bag, my bright colored Coach bag. It just makes me think of like summer and anticipating life. And, you know, I gotta be honest with you, when I went through my breast cancer treatments, I put away like a lot of perfumes that I considered like signature fragrances, things that I absolutely loved, because I did not want to tarnish them. So this took a hiatus, not this bottle. I've since gone through like countless bottles, but I put it away for like 5 years, like all of like my super tried and true loved fragrances, because I did not want them to have the stain of like that moment in my life. So, you know, when I smell it, luckily, I still just pick up like all things like in my early 20s and just feeling so optimistic about life. So this next fragrance has been on my list for the past 20 years. There was always a reason why I did not buy this fragrance, but it was one that I just wanted so bad and just for whatever reason never got. Britney Spears Curious's older sister that's more sophisticated. It smells like exactly like Curious. And I think maybe that's why I didn't buy it, because it smelled so much like Curious. But at the same time, this has a bit of a bitter orange note to it that does make it a bit unique. But if you can splurge, buy the Big Sister fragrance because it is so fantastic. It's beautiful. It's a woody musk. Yeah, it's a floral woody musk. It was launched in 2006. And I remember when this came out and I wanted it so bad. I do not know why. It just always took a back seat. But it smells, yeah, Curious to Britney Spears. I love the watery notes in it. I think that's the watery notes make it smell so much like Curious. And it's going to be just so great to have this for spring, a couple days in the summer, but not many because this feels a little too strong. For whatever reason, I feel like I can get away with this in the summer. This, I'm not so sure about. I'm still kind of working with it, but I love it so much. I'm so glad I got a bottle of this. So yes, from 2004, we're going into another just classic for me. Again, makes me think of my skunky highlights, my Coach sunglasses, and Graduation, the album by Kanye West, in my little aqua Chevy. This is DKNY Be Delicious. It's fantastic. It makes me think of my 20s. I was working full time. I had, you know, that like big girl like salary coming in, and you know what did I do? I spent it all at Sephora. Yeah, I've been shopping at Sephora for a very long time, since at least 2004, which is crazy. But yes, it's strong, it's crisp, it smells like apples and pears. Yeah, I have it on my notes here. It makes me think of my Aqua Chevy and my Coach sunglasses, which just, I love wearing this. It's great for early springtime. I just always have to have a bottle of this in my collection. Like there's just like nothing else to say there. Okay, we are moving on. This one is good, and you're gonna see how good this is. This is Ralph Lauren Romance. I've used quite a bit of it. It's from 1998. It's a floral woody scent. I feel like every preppy influencer wore this back in 2015. 2014, 2015, I feel like that was like the era of like the preppy influencers, and everybody wore this. So when I smell this, believe it or not, I don't smell breast cancer because I was diagnosed in 2015. But what I do smell is just like before that time when like preppy fashion was still big. I still love preppy fashion personally, but that's what it makes me think of. I used so much. This bottle, I'm not going to say it's like 10 years old, but I'm not going to confirm or deny. The oldest perfume that I am showing you today is from 1992, and it's something that is very sentimental for me. And I have to be honest with you, while I love it so much, I don't remember the exact moment that I got introduced to this fragrance. I only remember I have like a gift with purchase, little bag that it came with, and it came with a little heart-shaped bottle of Victoria's Secret's Rapture. If you can see that right there, if I'm not blinding you, it used to come in a heart-shaped bottle. Every couple of years, Victoria's Secret will bring back Rapture perfume. They have since changed the formulation of it. It's not the same Rapture that it once was. This, to me, why I was wearing this in the 90s, I do not know. But I specifically remember, I think because it was a gift with purchase that somebody gave me. Came with the little bottle and like the little bag, which I still have. It's somewhere. I've moved way too many times to have any control of my life and my stuff. But I recently picked up a bottle of Rapture and I was so happy. It was only like $30. Oh, it does smell quite similar to Rapture. And you want to know how I know that? Because my beautiful friend, Eileen, gifted me a couple years ago with a bottle from the late 90s or early 2000s of Rapture because she knew how much I loved it. So I have the original formulation here that I don't spray, I just sniff. To me, this almost smells like the 80s and 90s. It's, perfumes do not smell like this anymore. This just makes me feel so excited. So what can we say? It's a spicy oriental perfume, which is rare for me to like these kinds of fragrances, but yes, launched in 1992. And yeah, it's great for winter. It's great for evenings. I just love it. I am so grateful that my friend gave me a bottle. And if you can see the juice of this one purchased in 2026 versus this one from the late 90s or maybe very early 2000s, completely different. I would say that this is like peak Victoria's Secret time for me, when Victoria's Secret used to be very like sexy and elevated. Now I feel like they cater to a lot of young people, but I can't complain because I loved the Clean and Fresh from Victoria's Secret Pink. I have so many fond memories of their pink brand when I was in my 20s. So, but I just miss this era of like sexiness, and I feel like Rapture definitely like captures the sexiness, the elegance of Victoria's Secret back in the day. So if you're in your 40s, you may be able to relate to me on these last two body sprays that I am going to show you. Again, this is something I always have to have in my collection. I always pick them out around this time of year. It is newly spring, and I always want to wear Cucumber Melon by Bath & Body Works. Been through countless bottles. The lotion is just fantastic. I love it. I love pairing it with Britney Spears, Curious. Yeah, it's great. It has cucumber, honeydew, cantaloupe, and sparkling grapefruit and sheer woods. Whatever sheer woods means, I don't know. But this is just fantastic. It makes me think of 10th grade. And I never went to the mall back in the day. Like, my mom always shopped at like Kmart, Caldor, Clover, stores like that. And we, back before we actually had Target on our side of the coast. So yeah, we would mainly shop at Kmart. And so I would always buy like what Kmart had, or what my aunt, the Avon lady, would give us. But this, to me, when I started discovering the beauty of the fabulousness of the mall, it was on for me, and I just fell in love with this. I don't want to forget to mention that this was launched in 1998, and there are so many others that I love so much from Bath & Body Works. I could just like literally do a video. I wore Bath & Body Works so much back then. Country Apple. I love the simplicity of a lot of those like easy fragrances like warm vanilla sugar, the green tea and sage, is it? I forget. But there was just so many. This one is from 2007 that I always wear in May. It makes me think of Mother's Day, and it's Sweet Pea. And again, I just love wearing these like in the evenings, like on a nice spring evening. I put my pajamas on, I put my robe on, and I spray myself down. I just like to smell good. And I just, I like something like a body spray because it's just lightweight, but it's still pleasant at the same time. So yeah, it just makes me think of just all things feminine and soft, and Mother's Day, which is May, it's my birthday, so it always makes me think of that. And I just love it. You know, every now and then, Bath and Body Works will discontinue these, and then they will bring them back. So I always try to like hoard them like a crazy person. I hate that I have to do that. So if you wore any of these fragrances, you will have to leave me a comment below. And if you didn't, I would love to know what you were wearing back in the day. An honorable mention, because if they still made it, I would buy it. There was this body spray called Gummy Bear, and it was like a drugstore fragrance, and that was just it for me. Oh my gosh, like I find myself like gravitating to these pages like on Instagram, on social media, where they talk about like old, like vintage perfumes and makeup and beauty products, and there's just things I so fondly remember. And I think it was called Juice Bar Gummy Bear. It was fantastic. And oh, Calgon Hawaiian Ginger. I was like lost for my words earlier. I wore a lot of Calgon back in the day because the Kmart sold it, and I felt like Bath and Body Works was like the elevated version of like Calgon. Hawaiian Ginger, oh my god, turquoise waters. They had so many of them that were like so good. I don't even know if like Calgon is still a thing, but that'd be nice to kind of take a trip down memory lane. Hawaiian Ginger used to be so freaking strong, but I still loved it. Makes me think of the summertime. Carefree summer days, right? But thank you so much for watching this video and, strolling down memory lane with me. And I guess I will see you again in my next video. So thanks so much. Bye.